Hey, welcome back to my channel. This video will demonstrate how to use the new Galactic sheet now available on my website. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you're the first to know when I post new content. You can follow me on Instagram at 2_nails by Nikki and Facebook at ATL Nails. The links and my website will also be in the description box below. A lot of people ask about my prep, so I decided to start this video from the beginning. My client has already washed her hands and I'm going to be sculpting for this look. I start by trimming her natural nails. Whether I'm sculpting or using tips, I prefer to cut the natural nail unless the client is trying to retain length. I like to prep by hand over using my e-file because you need scratches in the nail to help with adhesion. An e-file removes the shine but creates a smooth surface. I'm etching her nails around the cuticle and sidewalls first to loosen any skin or debris on the nail plate, and I'm careful not to push too hard with this step. Just like with any tool, you don't want to be too aggressive. When prepping, I perform each step on all 10 nails before starting the next one. For this video, I'm only going to do these first 4 nails because it's pretty repetitive and I didn't want to do all 10 nails and make the video too long. It's important once you've started prepping to ask your client not to touch their face, hair, or cell phone or do anything that increases chances of introducing oils back to the nail plate. You don't want to get any debris, lint, anything from their clothes back on the nail because once you've cleaned it off, that surface is prepared for you to lay product, whether it be gel, acrylic, gel polish on it. Anything introduced to the nail plate after that is going to increase your chances for lifting. After I etch, I take my hand file and prep the rest of the nail. If you don't have an etcher, you can do the etching with your regular nail file as well. This file and my etcher are both 100 grit Tammy Taylor peel and stick files. They do their job well, so you don't need to apply a lot of pressure. When I'm done with my etching and filing, I use my IBD nail prep dehydrator. I usually have it in a spray bottle to spritz over my manicure brush, but for this video I wanted to show the original packaging. You can see here that I've removed the shine and created nice scratches in the nail, but I didn't dig into the nail with my file. I'm using Easy Flow nail forms. This is only my second time using them and I must say that I really like them. I use them on myself first and they stick really well. Some forms come undone or move around with the slightest bump, but these really stayed in place. After I've applied my forms, I'll go in with my primer. I prime all 10 nails first, and then I prime each one before I apply my product. I typically start with my first ball at the cuticle area, whether I'm sculpting or using tips. I lay the ball really close to the cuticle, but not touching and not all the way where I want it to be because I don't want to flood the cuticle. After I float the product down the nail, I use the tip of my brush to push the product closer to the cuticle area. Still not touching it, but very close. You'll see that I did this nail very thin, and I'll be applying the Galactic sheet in acrylic before encapsulating it in clear acrylic, so the first layer is just serving as a base. On this next nail, I'll show you how I apply product when I'm laying my first ball at the free edge. I lay the bead with my brush pulling towards the cuticle area. I dip back into my monomer. You never want to touch your acrylic with a dry brush. That's how you end up with clumps and a hard brush. And I don't recommend using acetone to clean your brush as that dries it out. It's really best to just try to keep your brush clean while you're working, and if you need to clean it, use your monomer. You'll see better here how I apply my cuticle bead and push it towards the cuticle with my brush. I try to make sure to keep my sides pushed in to maintain the shape that I'm building, to minimize product waste and the time that it's going to take me to file this nail later. encapsulate, I want them to be very thin. So I'm going to show a side view so you can see how thin they actually are. It's almost like I just put tips on. Now for the fun part. I start by cutting the Galactic sheet roughly into the shape that I want. I leave the tip uncut so that I can pull it off the rest of the way, so that it's not such a blunt tip at the end of the shape. I like for the ends to be a little frayed and uneven. I also pull a little from the other end as well, for the same reason. This is a really easy process and it doesn't have to be perfect. The imperfections and the differences make the nails feel more unique. To adhere my Galactic sheet, I like to use a little bit of nail glue. You're welcome to use acrylic or gel if that's your preference. In this video, I kind of just used my nails to help stick the Galactic sheet to the nail, but you're welcome to use an orange wood stick or some other implement so that you don't mess up your nail. I use my stork scissors to cut away any excess fraying that may stick out too far and could interfere with encapsulation. I applied my glitter acrylic mix around the Galactic sheet so that it's kind of peeking through the glitter. I did mix the glitter with clear acrylic so that it would not totally cover the beauty of the sheet. For this glitter mix, I mixed two different clear iridescent hexi glitters, iridescent white fine glitter, and fine silver holographic glitter. As always when working with glitter mixes, I pick up a clear bead of acrylic and dip it directly into the glitter mix to reduce waste. for the encapsulation. I start at the cuticle and make sure to get the full design covered. Then I'll move to the free edge and finally end with a stress bead. If I feel like I need more in some areas, I'll go back in and add it later. When I'm filing long nails, I use my fingers to brace the nail so that I'm not putting so much stress and pressure on the nail plate. I showed some of my hand and e-filing in this video, but I didn't record that full process. In short, after I remove my forms or I'm done laying product over tips, I'll go over all 10 nails with my hand file for a rough shaping. Then I will use my e-file to smooth the surface and get it nice and even, and I'll go back with my hand file to do a final shaping and a final finish smoothing with my hand file over the surface, because I prefer to finish my filing with a hand file. I feel like you get a better look and more smooth surface with a hand file than you do with an e-file. And then I buff my client's nails. Sometimes I will buff with oil, but not every time. And then I'll have my clients wash their hands, and if I buffed with oil that time, I make sure to wipe the nail really well with alcohol or acetone to remove that before I begin polishing. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if any of you try this look, I would love to see your recreation, so tag me in them. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel so you're the first to know when I post new content. Also, comment with any other video ideas that you would like to see.